Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So in the last video, we have done with category in cyber and also list a block entry belong to the category. So one problem I want to fix that is we have a code to write into API and the one API. So I'm going to open in this network setups. You can see. So I'm refresh the page again. So we have a call to server with one thing for category information. We get category title and one again for get the post by belong to category. That isn't good. So I'm going to show you that. Now copy the URL. So this is URL to API category and category ID. We call to the browser to the API server and get the API title. We put in the API type in the category title here. So I'm going to open in the Angular application. So we have a post. I'm sorry, I'm open another in tutorial. Okay, to here a block. So in the last video, we have a get one to get the category title and put it the top of the category page. And you can see in the category view component.ts, we call to y one for get category ID and one for get the post. And so one problem isn't good. Just now I'm going to show is a better way. We call only once. So by as filter and include equal an array of posts. So now I'm hit enter, you will see the posts belong to this category. Okay, so we have also category title here and the posts belong to this category. So now I'm going to fix that real quick by it gets by category ID and now I'm going to add the filter equal filter will be string and this is optional. Okay, so and plus with filter equal plus with filter. So in get category by ID we also add a filter. So let's query equal include an array of posts. And I'm going to show you how we have include. This is a loopback documentation in loopback. And I'm sorry, in the doc, it should be in the document. Loopback to project. And so we have a query device working with data. and query. So we have include filter. The port will be is a model relationship between the port and gallery. Now I'm going to show you in the JSON or category.json. So we have a port. The port key is a relationship between the category and port. That means this category can have many ports. So we use the port key in our query. So now let's filter equal encode URL with json.string file query. Okay, it should be good. And now we don't need this anymore. Query and this dot parse equal rest dot parse. Now I'm save again, and you can see parse. This dot. So we in the category model, I'm going to define a bit by public a port will be optional and port type here and with an array of port type. Okay, so it should be good. Now open in the browser, it should be automatically refresh. Okay, so we have one problem. Default model of parse. It should be. Okay, it's so good now. I'm going to refresh the page again. I'm click to block again. Okay, and Drupal. Okay, so we don't have anything here. Now I'm going to check Internet World. Pause. Copy URL and open that. We have a filter include. Okay, I'm forgot plus with equal sign. So in the get gallery by ID filter puts equal here. Now I think it should be good for now. Okay, it should be automatically refreshed. Okay, good for now. Now I'm back to block again and put with WordPress. Cool. So that's better with just one call to API. We don't call twice this time. Okay, so get back with today's tutorial. I'm going to show you how to create a block comment. So we put a comment form below the post and list up the comment and relate to this post. So before to do that, I'm going to open this API server. So now we will create a new module in API server which calls name in the command. So in the tab API server, I'm opening a new tab, and by typing slc loopback module. Now enter the name of the module. Okay, sorry, it should be inside of the API. Alright, slc loopback module. With the module now will be common. The common will be have the title, string, require, no, and another property will be body. The common body will be string as well. So I think we have should adding a new property will be name. This author. So name will be string as. Okay. So now we need to restart the API server. npm start. So the common module should be appear here. Okay, so we have a common here. So now we need to define the common will be belong to post. Sorry. We define a relationship between the common and post. So slc loopback relation. So a post will be have a more common. So it will be has many common. The key will be keep common. This optional will be default. Require no. Okay, now define a relationship with the common will be belong to a post. The common, select the common model and belong to post. Okay, keep key default. Okay, and also we need to restart the API server by npm start. Okay, refresh the browser. You can see now you can see the port will be have common. Okay, so if we enter the ID of the port, we can get the common and belong to the port. So now we need to add in the code. Okay, so in block. So for example, I'm going to add more common in the port by this ID. Now I'm going to create more common belong to this ID by user API yes port. Okay, so port here. So we need to enter the port ID, and the common will We don't need the port ID because the port ID automatically gets from the argument here. So remove that. And the ID will be removed as well because it will be automatically generated. So we have a name, for example, my name is Storm. Body is my first comment. And title, my comment title. And okay, so just for that and see. Okay, and remove it. Okay, and author is required. So that means I didn't log in. So we need to open API and see in the common.json. Now I'm going to now just for testing, I'm going to allow everyone to add their comment by add lc loopback asset controller. We need to select the comment model, add with browser method and property with all. For setting, I'm going to select everyone can add their comment. So all user, we should grant the access. Okay. So and let's save and restart API server again. So now I'm try again. Okay, I'm going to remove that key. Okay, so the problem is we adding the comment through the post. Now we need to follow the loopback API. Document by loopback 2.8, and we have a define model and setting in authentication security. Okay, here setting release models. So if the has many, we also copy that. Copy all here. So create release model name and cap. Now I'm going to copy that. In the post.json, and copy that for quick. We add cell type now. I think it should be removed. Cell type grow. Okay, I think we copy that for easy. That's for okay. Draw authenticate for login. Now I'm going to allow everyone. By everyone, allow to. We allow them to create comment. Okay, and save that again. Restart API server again. Now get back, we need to save it again with command, it should work. Okay, so my command has been able to add to this part. And I'm going to modify number 2 and number 2 for easy. Now and try again. Okay, so we have 2 commands add to this part. Now we can view the command belong to this part by get function. Get. Okay, so get with the space ID command here and get. Okay, so we have 2 command. Okay, so we do in the course Angular application. Angular have been tapped here for easy to read. Now we have a block and from. Now I'm going to generate a common for now in the block view, block detail. Now we have a block detail component. I'm going to decide we have a deep id equal common and with URI. So we also need to fetch the command first. Import detail component by common will be common. Okay, so we didn't have a common so I am going to create a new folder inside the block. It's a common and define a common model by common.ts. So it parse class common constructor. So we have a public. The common will be have a name, string, and title. Public title string and public body string. Okay, so and I think we can also modify a post. Port.ts will be now to support. We have more common by public common will be an ID. Will be common type common array common. Okay, so far so good. We have common will be an array of common. Now I think it should be okay. So common didn't import here. Should equal an empty array. Okay, so far so good. So we have a post service and gets a post ID and use the URL, and we also now we need to get. Now I'm going to return a network we can see and refresh the So we have the URL call to the API server, and let me copy that URL and open in browser. So we have info of the post, but we don't have comment below. So how we include the comment in this post? By filter equal include comment. So you can see we have a comment include in this query. So that I'm going to modify a bit by to adding filter with optional and string. Now I'm going to plus with a filter equal plus with filter. Okay. So import detail, we also need to guess by filter, and we let's query equal so include comment and show let's filter equal encode URL encode with JSON dot string file query. Okay, it should be good. And now by this dot comment equal respond dot comment. Okay. So in the port detail, now we can loop through the comment by ng for less common of common. So we have 8 to 3 with name. I think we will common just name. And we have also, for example, it's common the title, and so we have a body common by deep class common body. So just be common plus body. So let's save it and see and close everything. Okay, so we have an error here. So first so your URL is a problem. I think we need to open this and see what's happened. Okay, so I forgot that's a Mac question here. Okay, so it's good. So in the port detail, we have a guest by ID. Okay, so I played with that. It should work for now. Okay, so we have a post information and also the comment. So we need to modify a bit by it to comment. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so now we need to create a form for user can enter the comment here. So I'm going to generation a new component by open new tab in Angular application by typing and general component so we need to inside block and comment, so block and comment and comment form. So the comment form component, we have a correct inside comment, and we have a HTML. And okay, I'm going to cloud everything. Now just form. I'm going to copy in the port form and for quiz by copy dash and modify for easy by form and aromatics and pass body. We don't need to take editor. So we have a port title. This port title should be the common. So in component form, we need to define a common. Will be common type and equal new common. Okay. So remove everything. So we also have aromatics. With string and equal just empty. So we have a common title and just will be the name will be title and form. And this will common dot title. And the ID of this field should be common title. Common title. Okay, so let's do club equal form group and label for common body. Common body. Here's the body. Let's just be your common. Okay, and we have a take area with sorry row equal should be 10 and column 10 as well, and the ID should be common body and name should be body. So ng model will be common dot body. The common should be okay. The common, it should be common type. Okay. And we also need the name of the username by command author. The command name, and the name will be name with the command author username. And title and placeholder will be your comment. And we have a submit button by button try equals submit with class should be asking class by b tier default and write your comment. I think should be say. Okay. So we need to add the comment form. So we have on submit. We copy that function into comment form component by on submit. On submit. So we can just for the console to log to the console with the common value g.common. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so we don't have a common form yet, but now I'm going to add the common form into the post detail. So how we do that? So that's very easy. So in the bottom of list comment, we need to add a common form. So we need to check in the common form.component.th. So we have a selector with app component form. So I'm going to copy that into post detail.component.html. Now we set to paste here, and now save that. And now you can see the common form below the post. So let's wait for the pay auto refresh. Okay, so we have a form, the common form, but I'm going to change the value in the form a bit. Port detail, port. Okay, so cloud or and in post det in common form component. So we have a name of author, username, and title and body. So form group add class equal form control. Okay, it should be good now. Okay, so we have a form here, and we need to insert with the import detail, and it's to add your comment. Okay, let's write your comment. Okay, now I'm writing something by my name and test comment and test common body. So open console and see. I'm going to say that. So we have an object of the common will be test common and body and title. We have a lock in the common form component here. So I think we have a common predefined in the common model here by adding new public with a post ID string. Because it's checked in the API server, we can see the common will have a post ID. Copy that from. Make sure it's correct. Okay. Let's save it again. Now we need to fetch. We need to submit the common from user into API server by in common.ts on submit. So one's problem in how do we get the post ID inside the common component, and that is the input and output in Angular. So you can check the Angular documentation by document and search for inputs, outputs. Inputs. Okay, so that is how we use the input. So back to in the tutorial, so I'm going to get the post ID inside the common form. So for example, now we need to define it by inputs. So we have also inputs class automatically imports by Webstorm by post ID. The port ID will be string. We leave it empty. So in the port detail, we can pass the argument from post ID. The port ID now how we get it in the port detail. Port detail we have a okay, so we have a post ID string equal, and in the ng init we have ID equal param ID. So this does post ID equal ID. So we have a post ID and now we easy to pass port ID here. But going to log to the console in the form component by C console.log this does post ID. Log in the common form. Okay, something happened. So can buy the port ID. Okay, so we have input parse ID. Okay, so I found a problem here. The port ID, the ID should be uppercase. Okay, and show you again. Okay, good. So we also get the port ID inside the component. So we have a port ID inside the component form, and we pass again to this.common.id. Port ID will be equal this.port ID. Okay. So when we submit, now I'm going to try script submit by this.port Okay, so we also need to constructor private port service. So it automatically imports my web storm and this.port service does add common. So I'm going to create new function add common in port service. So place here by add common by post ID. So I think it should be common. Common. Okay, it's permanent import. It should be observable any return this.http.pros. So it's URL we need to check again in the pros. So it's URL we copy that in pros and comment slash URL equal this.server URL plus width. So here is the post ID. We replace with by common dot post ID. So here is a URL and common, and header will be this.header dot map plus sun and catch an error. Error. Okay, should be good. So in the port form component, we also add right again by add this.common supply if we found an error, we can log to console and this.error matrix equal an error saving the command. Try again. And we also log It's for development only. Okay. So we do later insert comment to the list. Okay, so okay. Okay, so I am going to create a test command by and that again something save. Okay, so we have an error here. I change this error. API, forgot a flag here. Should be Slack. So in per service, I forget put us and Slack here. Let's try again. Okay, so one and a test comment, Python. Okay, and save it. Okay, it should work, but nothing happened because we didn't insert the comment to the list. But I'm refresh the page again. You can see my comment appear here. Okay, so it's good for now. So now when we done the create a new comment, we also pass the comment here and refresh the list. So how we do that? So in that is the output. It's the output, and that's the output. Okay, so we define an output by output. There you can see output automatically imports. So new comment even emitter equal, and that is commentary with comment. Now equal new even emitter. Okay, so when we file a new comment and is add to the list, and now we need to this dot new comment dot emit comment, this comment. Okay, and I think it should be respond as comment. Okay, so how we do to receive the image from the child component to parent component. So simply to do that inside the remove everything here for easy clear. And I'm open a port detail. So we have and parent by adding new comment. So new comment we bind to a new function on new comment with even. So copy function name and define it in port detail. Now I'm going to define a new comment function by even and log to the console even. So what happened? Okay, the new function should be in a class. Okay, so now again a new comment add. Say again. Okay, and turn on the console. Now done and something and say okay, nothing happened. Nothing happened. On new comment. Okay, so new comment, the C should be capitalized. Okay, summarize mid-text. Now the page reloads. I'm going to remove all the comments for easy to see in Teddy by delete. Something. Okay, copy that ID and delete everything. So if I hit the giant arrow, you can see an arrow with permission authorization, because in the API server we in module and port we don't allow anyone to destroy the comment. So get back to loopback. And in authentication unauthorized and a set release model. So we have a destroy. So just copy that. Now the formatting. Just push everyone can destroy, but in the next video we need to easy to allow only the owner can be delete their comment by destroy and also restart API server. Start. Now I can able to delete. Okay, something happened. Destroy. Okay, let's check again with #1 destroy by ID. I think it delays. It should be delayed. Now also restart again. Okay, so now I'm going to refresh this page and there's no more comment here. For easy to see, I'm write a new comment by done, and my first comment. Hey there, how are you? So let's say, so we should be see in the console. Okay, the new comment adds here an object with the body and title and name and post ID and title here. So it goes. So now that only once left, we need to appending the new comment into the comment array here by this.comment.push. It's even. Okay, so I'm remove this log line. Okay, so one more testing again by done my second comment. Hey, how are you? Now and say again. Okay, it should be here. Cool. I'm replace my comment and test one more time by and save. It should be here. Cool. So see you in the next video. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.